it's Teens Unplugged by Blisha Dadiva with my guests. Your names?
My name is Aiswe Gilbert from Asova School, Masindi.
My name is Nawaside Hanifa. I'm from Madina Education Center in Masindi.
Okay, so we are going to start by knowing their challenges and what they've been facing when they're in school. All good or bad, we are all going to see them. So my first question to them, I will be asking, they'll be answering me. My first question goes to this girl. Like, which challenges did you face, like heading to the PLE results? Like PLE what? PLE exams. Can you tell me the challenges?
We used to revise hard so that we can always remember the things we used to learn.
Okay, I think that's even prep things. You used to wake up early, right?
Yes.
Okay, I can get you. Okay. Okay, let's first go for a commercial break. We are coming back.
Our dear esteemed customers, we introduce to you Urban Ladies Saloon. Thanks for watching. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Okay, so we are back after the commercial break. Kaji, may I remember when we were at school, like in Gatugena kola POE. They were ngawatu kubanyo chiboko, like you never felt that thing. They were kubanyo like mu bibuuzo nga muli kumpi kola bibuuzo nga teacher ayinza bagamba you're getting bad results, pass mark. Tebaba kuba pass mark at your school? Like
They used to beat us.
not that much. Okay, like for us nze kusomera batukubanga nnyo. So boy, how challenges chizofunye like you as a boy? Kubanga I don't know oba obadde mu boarding oba obadde mudde, cause waliwo abazadde abatatwala abaana mu boarding. Have you been in a boarding?
Yes.
Okay, so at what time, like nga muzuka sawa mmeka?
We used to wake up at 3. Even for other classes, they also wake up at 3 and they have shower. Then they go for morning preps. For the candidates, they normally we would normally have papers in the morning. Every morning we have some papers for revision before the teacher comes. So when the teacher comes, he or she marks, then we do the correction. But when a number which you have been revising comes back and you fail,
Yeah.
you get some little punishment, but not so much.
Okay, so like in most subjects, what was the pass mark?
The pass mark, of course, at our school it has been 95 and above.
Okay, so how did you face it? Was it no?
But if you have ever learned it and you fail it, the teacher will punish you although you have got above the pass mark.
And if you get above the pass mark, but you failed a question you've ever learned about, they will have to punish you.
Yes.
Okay. What about you? How was your pass mark? The way your teachers were taking you?
Our pass mark was 85. If although you would get the pass mark or above the pass mark, and you fail the same things teachers have been revising with you,
Yeah.
you also get the same punishment. And even if you get low pass mark, but you pass all the teacher's questions that had revised with you, you don't get the punishment.
Okay, that's okay. So which subject did you do most? What was your favorite subject?
Science.
Science. Okay. And you?
All the subjects, in fact, they were very good for me, but mostly it was mathematics.
Okay, that's fine. So how did your teachers help you over your parents, like supporting you in that thing?
For my teachers, they always gave us some guidance. They counseled us. They told us not to fear, because the questions which were going to be in the papers were the same questions we would have been learning for the days, we would have been revising, we would have been meeting in these normal papers. The same papers you have been doing are the same papers which you are going to meet at PLOE, and they are the same questions. Don't fear, although the color of the paper is different, still the questions are the same. Don't fear, because the teachers who are going to mark, they also teach other children like you. Don't fear that those people may undermark me, they may cheat, because they are also monitored by other people. So don't fear, because you are going to meet the same things, and even you may find your teacher will be the one to mark you. So that teacher who is marking you will be marking you the way he would be thinking, how can another teacher mark my pupil? So I should mark these people well. And you should also not fear, because when you enter the examination room, just pray to God and you'll get courage from the Holy Spirit, and always read the question and understand very well before you attempt it. Maybe for my case, I'm in Minyoro, they say you can read the question for 3 times. Then the first time you just read it roughly. The second time you read it slowly by understanding. Then the third time you change it to your local language, then you understand it very well. That's when you answer the question.
Okay, thank you. So, girl, which memories do you have? Like you're there, you say, like when we are going to do our bill, yeah, I remember this. I faced this and I can't forget it in my whole life.
The memory I have that there's a paper we did, and the teacher had told us that the pass mark is 90, and I got 95, but the teacher said us that because I'm more wiser than other pupils, I had to pass the whole paper. They beat me for nothing. The teacher punished me that because I didn't pass the whole paper.
So you are not annoyed with it?
No.
Oh, that's good if you are not annoyed, because he or she wanted you to do better. Okay, so like you, the subject, which question do you remember? Like this question made me be beaten one day in school.
Letter writing in English.
Okay, that's character writing. Eh? You were beaten.
Yes.
Okay, that's good then. Okay, so how did you get to, like when you entered the room of the exams, during that moment, how did you feel in your heart? Like you yourself, how did you feel yourself there? You are not scared?
No, I'm not scared.
Okay, then how are you feeling when you entered the examination room?
Since we would have been guided by the teachers, I had no fear, because they told us that you are going to meet the same question and the same papers you have been doing, so I had no fear.
Okay, so do you also have that thing, that any question that you remember that this question was so tough, they beat me because of this question?
One day, it was the mathematics paper, and I felt a number about telling time because I was rushing, so they had to punish me for that.
Okay, they had to punish you. So the exams came back. So before even the exams coming back, how were you feeling when you're there? Like, were you happy knowing I'm going to pass? Were you aware of the results you're going to get? Or you were just guessing?
I wasn't aware, but I was sure that I'm going to pass with a super first grade, because the questions which were in the papers, they were the questions we would have been answering, and they are the same questions we had in the papers, so I would not fear. I thought that I was going to do my best, and finally I did it, because I answered the questions without fear, but with faith.
So, like, how did you prepare for those questions? Revision, right?
Yes, you revise, you go for group discussion, you inquire from teachers where you have not understood.
Okay. Okay, this one, the mic. How did your teacher support you in the POE, during the POE season? Like when you're about to do the POE, how did they show you that support?
They always told us that we should not fear, because the same questions we do are the same questions we find in the examination paper. They always guided us, encouraged us. You shouldn't fear because they are the same.
So like, how did you feel like after doing the papers, after all the exams? How did you feel? Wawuliranga okahura kizibu kikurugiraho? You felt stress free, or how?
I felt stress free.
Okay. So how did your parents welcome you? We'll be back from exams. We'll be kumara exam. Yes. They just said we'll be back. How did they support you, by the way? Bazere babo bakakuyamba bata kuraba exam ebyo kurolangu you're not stressed orabire kurungi?
They told me I shouldn't fear. They also bought for me textbooks for revising, and they always told me not to fear. They encouraged me to work hard. They told me I shouldn't be stressed because of the exams. The same things the teachers told them. The same things teachers told me are the same things my parents told me.
Okay. So which activity did you focus on, like during the primary school? Which activity did you like doing most?
At school?
Yeah.
About studies.
Only studies. Like there are some people who go for volleyball, who go for football, who go for this. Okay, you wanted netball?
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. And which number were you playing?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? It's okay. And then the boy?
For my case, we normally had exams all the 4 during one day. So after the exams, they gave us that time from 4 to 6 to be playing. So we would go for football.
Okay, so it was your hobby.
Yes.
Okay. So, like, do you remember some topics? Can you tell me some topics you used to be with, like in science, SST, English, any subject you want when you remember some topics?
Like what I trying to mean, the topics which were easy for me, or
Yeah, most topics which are easy for you.
in mathematics it was distance, time and speed,
Okay.
and also measures. Then in English it was letter writing and composition writing. Then in SST it was Africa as a continent. Then in science it was simple machines and tools.
Okay. Baby girl, yours?
In English, I had letter writing and arranging the body stories.
Okay.
In mathematics, I had distance, speed, and time. In science, it was simple machines and classifications of animals.
Okay. Okay. So in all subjects, which teacher was easier for you? Because not all of them will be easy for you. There is a teacher whom you feel like, I like that teacher more. Which teacher,
Mathematics
which
teacher.
subject? Okay. That's better. Yeah, by the way, most people like mathematics teachers. I don't know why. So, me when I was in primary, I used to like English teacher. It's my best. It was one of my best. So, like, you give that one the microphone.
For my case, all teachers they were my friends, and because they would ask us to go and consult to them. So if you are not a friend to that teacher, you cannot even go there to consult because you fear he may talk to you bad, he may scare you. But our teachers, they also conducted themselves as pupils. So you would go to them, you talk about anything you want, you joke. But when it's time for seriousness, it's time for seriousness. But when it comes time for joking, it's time for joking. They are also people like us.
Okay.
So they also take themselves as pupils.
Okay. So I was also surprised, like, how did you like experience? Don't you have something you remember, like, my teacher did this, there is a teacher who helped me in this? Of course, you all go to them, but still you have one teacher, you say, I like this teacher more. because of her ways or his ways, because of the kalembera jeyeisamu.
Yes. I liked the SST teacher because most of the times for him when he comes to class he teaches for some time, but when they are remaining some few minutes he can tell you to have some discussions, and he can also tell you some stories about his life. So that's why I liked him so much.
Okay, so you didn't have any like disappointment, like you be there thinking anything else and then the teacher disappoints you from nowhere? From teachers, like a disappointment?
No, they wouldn't disappoint. They could tell you the right thing. They tell you if it's time for seriousness, it's always time for seriousness. If it is punishing, they are going to punish you
Okay.
up to the extent it is needed. But if you do well, they will have to leave you. And also, even if you get 100, they will have to ask you if you are there when they were writing the questions. So it was like a joking matter. So people fear to get 100, but if you get 100, they just cane you for you be happy. But most people like to be caned, but because by the time we were about to finish primary, most people were used.
To cane?
Yes.
Which means they used to overcane you people.
Not so much, but where necessary, they would cane us.
So when they cane you, those young people like P6, P4, they couldn't laugh at you?
Of course they laugh.
Yeah,
but we
because
tell
I
them
remember,
you're also coming.
I remember when I was in P7, they could cane you, you get out of the class, you just run up to the toilet, and the kids were there watching. Whom have they beaten? Who has gone to the toilet? Who is crying?
Those kids would laugh at those ones who would be crying.
Okay, so like during your, okay, let us go for a commercial break. We are coming back.
Our dear esteemed customers, we introduce to you Urban Ladies Saloon. Thanks for watching. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
here at Elkem. So we are now going on other topics. Like after the POA, like how did you feel? Because I think the results are back, right? So how did you feel that thing that the results are back? Did you rush to get the exams back or were you first settled? Because I know parents always love that. They like it, like manga sawa, like only for 30 minutes. Baba batadeko danga, they're asking for the what? For the results. So how did you do it?
I was at home with my mother and my fellow siblings. So my mother had to tell me that I've spent a lot of money. We've spent a lot of money looking after you in boarding, so you have to know what you have got. And if you have played, you'll go to a fake school. But if you have worked hard, you'll go to a better school.
So, like how many aggregates did you get?
I scored aggregate 5.
Okay, baby girl, tell us. Who checked your exams?
My father.
Then what was he saying?
He first asked me that just because I did not tell him my index number. Now he thought that I had forgotten it. He asked me, do you still remember your index number? I said yes. Now which index number were you? I told him. Now he said, but now what of the school center number? I told him. Then he started looking for the results. And after, he did not tell me immediately. He told me after some hours. He told me the results. But he was not so much happy that he didn't expect. Yes.
Okay. So how many did you get aggregates?
8.
Okay. So did you ask him, did he tell you the aggregates he wanted you to get?
Yes.
How many?
4.
Oh, okay. I now get you. So, which advice do you give? Like, because when you get to that one and that's what you are expecting?
No.
Okay. So I think you can advise these people. The P6, they are now candidates, by the way. So you should tell them, advise them about the way they should behave during this season.
And I advise the following candidates that they should always be disciplined, listen to their teachers, what they say. They shouldn't behave badly. What the teacher told, what every teacher they should make friendship with their fellow teachers. They shouldn't fear them. But I don't mean that if I say that fear to be in discipline. Okay. You should always listen to your teachers, what they tell you. Also, you have to revise, work hard. If a teacher canes you, don't be sad because the teacher has caned me. Now you become annoyed because the teacher has caned you and does not cane the others. If it's your mistake, you should learn from that.
Okay. Yeah. Give it to the boy. What advice do you give to the P7 candidates this year?
I would like to advise all candidates who are going to sit for PLOE this year that work hard to keep your school shining as they have been. For the school where I've come from, it has been working hard for the previous years. For now, there are 34 years since it started, because it started in 1990, and it has been producing better candidates. So the head teacher always tells the candidates Make sure the school should not collapse in your year, because if it collapses in your year, they'll always say the pupils of this year are the ones who made the school collapse. So you should work hard and keep your school where it is and even take it forward for the better.
Okay. So, which targets do you have? Which school are you going on for secondary?
I haven't picked my admission, but the way my mother told me that I'm going to join St. Andrea Kawas College
Okay.
in Hoima.
From where?
St. Andrea Kawas College, Hoima.
Okay. From home. So that's where you're going to go. How
Yes.
are you prepared for secondary? Because there are some like some challenges. You may find the people there when they are so stubborn. So how are you prepared?
For my case, if you're stubborn, I don't befriend you. But if you're humble and I see you can take me more further than you can give me more than what I have, I befriend you. But if you're stubborn, I leave you alone. But I may talk to you and you think I'm your friend, but when I'm not, because I see if I befriend you, the more you let me down. But when I was coming from home, I came alone. So I have to work hard. And when I'm going back at home, the report card will be mine alone. So I have to work hard and get the best.
Okay. So how are you prepared for the school? Because I think you know the school where it is.
Yes.
So how are you prepared for it?
For my case, I have some of the requirements ready at home, and I'm just waiting to pick my admission. Then when it comes to time, I'll have to go to school and work so hard so that I get better results.
Okay. How are you? Like, which school?
Bogo mixed.
How are you prepared for it? Don't you think you're going to face some challenges? How are you going to overcome them?
I will have friends like they who will help me to get some knowledge that I don't have, to get some other things I don't know in who will make my go forward. And but I say that stubbornness is not bad, because some people can be stubborn but they can be wiser than you who is humble, because stubbornness some is nature, you can't avoid it. And even being humility is also good, but sometimes stubbornness is also bad.
Okay, so in case you're moving and someone just comes, like once you have two people can say, and those are young boys, she comes and slaps you, what can you do?
Nothing, I just move on.
Just move on. Boy, what can you do? In case you're moving and then a senior two boy comes and just kicks you.
I will report to the administration or to the teachers, or if he's a boy, to the senior man teacher. If she's a girl, to the senior woman teacher.
So what if you report to your teacher and they don't respond, and the next time you don't consider?
But where I'm heading, I think bullying is not so common in schools these days, because most schools are just suspending, or they first send you home for 2 weeks. And since there are very many subjects in secondary, so you will have a lot of notes copies, so bullying is not so common the way I think.
Our dear esteemed customers, we introduce to you Urban Ladies Saloon. Our dear esteemed customers, we introduce to you Urban Ladies Saloon.
Like, I wanted to ask these people their favorite dishes. Apart from portion and beans of school, I want to know your favorite dishes.
My favorite dish is an egg pizza.
Oh. What of you? What's your favorite dish?
My favorite dish is matoke and peanut paste.
Oh. Okay, that's good. So, I think you should send greetings to your people. Like, I think three people, then we go.
Tumirako bakadde bange, director, ne class chawange. Tumirako mama wange, naukwa Sumaya, ne tata wange, Kasije Hamid.
Now, tumirako ababo.
I want to send my greetings to the head teacher Asaba School, staff and management, and my fellow pupils. My siblings at home, my mother and father. My dad is called Biargawa Vincent, and my mom is called Mugisa Juliet.
Okay. Thanks for the show, our viewers. This is the end of this show, Teens Unplugged. Okay, this is Elkem Media, Elkem TV. This is the service, like the show shown, it's Teens Unplugged every Tuesday at 10:30. It starts at 10:30. So our viewers, that's the date, and we wait for the next week for the next program. Thank you.